Picture this. You're completely tired of bumming rides, right? You're done coordinating with your parents' schedules and feeling stuck at home while your older friends are already out cruising around. Well, let's jump right into this explainer and kickstart your journey from the passenger seat to the open road. We're going to map out exactly how you can get behind the wheel safely, legally, and without losing your mind, demystifying Missouri's learner's permit process.
Look, if you dream of finally gripping that steering wheel yourself, turning 15 in Missouri is literally your golden ticket to independence. But, as you probably already know, that freedom comes with some pretty serious responsibility. The state has a very specific system in place to make absolutely sure you're truly ready for the highway.
So the crucial thing to understand here is that getting this permit isn't just a one-and-done deal. It's actually the foundational first step in Missouri's Graduated Driver License Law, or GDL for short. Honestly, think of the GDL kind of like a structured video game, where you have to clear specific levels to unlock new abilities. At age 15, you unlock Step 1, which is totally designed to safely build up your driving skills under careful supervision way before you ever drive completely alone.
Here's our roadmap for today. We'll cover your driving journey beginning, gathering your essential documents, passing the vision and written tests, fees and making it official, hitting the road safely, and finally, the next step, getting your intermediate license.
Section 1. Your driving journey begins. Eligibility and opportunities.
So what you're actually applying for is specifically called the Class F Instruction Permit. This is the standard operator permit that gives you the legal power to learn how to drive a passenger vehicle. It's valid for up to 12 months, and hey, if you need more time, it's totally renewable. But remember, this isn't a license to just cruise around solo. You absolutely must have a proper, qualified co-pilot in the front seat with you at all times.
Section 2. Gather your essential documents, building your verification portfolio.
Okay, before you can test your skills, you kind of have to conquer the bureaucracy. The Department of Revenue requires you to present these 4 pillars of documentation: proof of identity, lawful status, your social security number, and your Missouri residency. And guys, here is a massive tip to save you a super frustrating trip back home. These must be original certified documents. Laminated social security cards, rejected. Hospital-issued birth certificates or photocopies, strictly rejected. Bring the official certified originals only. And this, right here, perfectly illustrates a really common pitfall regarding your proof of residency. If you're just applying for a standard ID, you only need one document proving you live in Missouri. But if you choose to get a real ID, which is the federally compliant one, you absolutely must bring 2 separate residency documents from 2 different sources. Think a utility bill and a bank statement. Oh, and just a heads up, P.O. boxes do not count as your primary physical address.
Section 3. Passing vision and written tests. Gamifying the state requirements.
Time for your first major hurdle, the written exam. You'll head over to the Missouri State Highway Patrol Examination Station, where you'll face 25 multiple-choice questions based entirely on the traffic laws and safety rules found in the Missouri Driver Guide. There really aren't any trick questions, but you do need to score an 80% to pass, meaning you've got to get at least 20 out of the 25 correct. If you get test anxiety, seriously, take a breath. If you fail, you're actually allowed up to 2 attempts per calendar day. Just make sure you study that official driver guide thoroughly before you show up.
Now, part of your trial isn't just multiple-choice questions. You're also going to undergo a road sign recognition test. You need to be able to instantly identify crucial markers by just their shape and symbol. Like this one, for example. You should immediately recognize this pentagon-shaped sign as a school zone warning.
Next up, you've got to pass a vision test. Missouri has some exact physiological benchmarks you must hit. Basically, you need visual acuity of 20/40 or better and peripheral vision of 55 degrees in each eye for standard clearance. Now, if your vision falls between 20/41 and 20/59, you won't be denied, but they will slap a restriction on your permit limiting you to daylight driving only. I highly recommend getting your eyes checked by an optometrist before you go, just to make sure you have the right glasses or contacts and avoid any unexpected restrictions.
Section 4. Fees and making it official. The 2-step bureaucracy.
Okay, after crushing your exams, you might think you just walk out with a permit, right? Actually, no. There's a crucial 2-location process you need to know about. The Highway Patrol examiner who tests you only gives you a piece of paper, usually Form 100, showing you passed. That paper alone is not a valid permit. You must physically take that paperwork to a completely different location, the Department of Revenue License Office. That's where you actually apply for and purchase the real permit. The good news? Budgeting for this final step is incredibly straightforward.
The total fee for your Class F instruction permit is exactly $10. That breaks down to a $4 base permit fee and a $6 office processing fee. You can easily pay this at the license office using cash, check, or card.
Section 5. Hitting the road safely. Post-permit rules and logs.
Congratulations, you've officially secured the permit. But now we absolutely must cover the strict rules of the road to protect your brand new privilege. The most absolute rule of Step 1 is that you cannot drive alone, ever. You must always be accompanied by what the state calls a qualified person. This means a parent, a legal guardian, or a certified trainer who has a valid driver license, and they must be sitting right next to you in the front seat, acting as your vigilant co-pilot.
With your co-pilot locked in, your primary mission is to log hours. You need to meticulously log a massive 40 hours of driving instruction. And to make sure you're prepared for all kinds of conditions, that 40-hour total absolutely must include a minimum of 10 hours of nighttime driving instruction, so driving between sunset and sunrise. Furthermore, while you're out there logging all those hours, you really need to be aware of a critical survival rule. Missouri strictly enforces the new Siddons-Benning hands-free law. What this means is, as the driver, you cannot physically hold or support any electronic device, like your cell phone, with any part of your body. No texting, no scrolling, no holding it up to your ear. It is an absolute zero-tolerance policy. Violating it means fines and points on your brand new record, which you do not want. So keep your hands on the wheel and your eyes on the road.
Section 6. Next step. Intermediate license. Leveling up.
So, let's look ahead at how you eventually transition from a learner to an independent driver. Once you turn 16, you can finally level up to an intermediate license, but only if you conquer some very specific milestones. First, you've got to hold your permit for at least 182 days. Second, finish and verify those 40 hours of logged driving. Third, keep a perfectly clean record. 0 alcohol-related offenses in the last 12 months and 0 traffic convictions in the last 6 months. Hit all those marks, and you are finally eligible to take the physical, behind-the-wheel driving test to earn your intermediate license and drive solo.
Getting your permit is a total game changer. It's a journey of empowerment and your first real taste of freedom, but it relies entirely on your maturity out there. Please remember that state laws and procedures can and definitely do evolve, so always verify the most current rules with the Missouri Department of Revenue or your local DMV before you start your engine. So, with all of this knowledge now in your toolkit, I gotta ask, what's the very first destination you're gonna drive to once you finally have that license in your hand?